Well, we'll get started then. So why don't you come to your back on your yoga mat? Let's just start lying down. I'm gonna fix my camera angle here. And from lying down, you can either choose to lay in Shavasana with your legs and arms stretched out. Or if you would like support for your low back, you can come to resting pose, knees in and feet mat width apart. Or if what your body is really craving is a hip opener, Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet together, knees out. Feel your sacrum bone be heavy on your mat. Feel your upper back and shoulders resting deeply down onto the floor. Bring your attention to your breath. This is like the sweetest gift, getting to connect with your own breathing. Letting it expand and grow as you give it more attention. Take one more breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Draw your legs in toward your chest. Give yourself a hug. If it feels good, you can even rock side to side. And then come through on one side of your body. Come right up to seated for caterpillar pose. So I have a blanket. If you have a blanket or a pillow, you might like to sit on it, just to prop your hips up a little bit. But alternatively, you might also want to put your blanket or your pillow under your knees so that you have a bit of restoration for the hamstrings. In caterpillar, your legs can be almost like dangly. There doesn't have to be any engagement in your legs or your feet. Create a little length through your spine. And as you fold forward, first fold at the hip flexors, and then allow the rest of your upper body to round forward naturally. It's always very normal to have a little bit of movement in the first couple breaths. But then see about letting your body become still. Yin is a practice of stillness. And without controlling your breath in any way, Simply let yourself breathe naturally and very freely. If space has opened up for you, this is an opportunity to make some adjustments to either go a little bit deeper or to back away from your edge, giving yourself a little bit more space. Breathe into your back. Breathe out of your mouth. 2 more breaths. When you're ready to move, with a lot of awareness around your head and neck, maybe even bringing your hands to your head, lift through your spine and your upper body, and make your way onto your back. This can be a really slow transition. You can either choose to lay on your back in pentacle with arms and legs wide, or in one of the other 2 poses we began in, resting pose or Supta Baddha Konasana. Full breath in. Long exhalation. Draw your knees in toward your chest. Come through on one side of your body, all the way to tabletop. In tabletop, let's take some gentle and slow moving cat-cow tilts. So just bringing a little bit of movement through your spine. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. As you move with your breath in these cat and cow movements, you might notice that it feels good to stay in one shape and do some more organic movement, maybe side to side or rounding your spine, creating a C spine. Let it be really natural, following what your body is leading you to do. Two more breaths. Return to a neutral spine and tabletop. Dragon pose. Step your right foot forward. Left knee comes down on your mat or onto a prop. Your hands can stay on the floor, or if you would like to deepen the stretch through your hip flexor, you can bring your hands to your right thigh bone and lift your torso away from your thigh bone. I'm noticing that I'm on my kneecap. So I'm going to make an adjustment to move my leg back on the left side or to move my right foot forward so that I'm less on my kneecap and more on the space above my knee. This will also deepen the stretch. Keep on breathing. Two more breaths. One more. Bring your hands to the inside of your right foot, gecko pose. If you have a block or books that you want to stack your hands on, that will bring the floor up to you. Walk your right foot out to the side so that you're on the blade of your foot and let your knee fall out to the side. So this is going to target the outside of your hip, but there's definitely still going to be some work happening in the hip flexor on the left side. You can be on your hands or you can be on your forearms, and you can also make adjustments as you stay and breathe in the pose. Just know that we are breathing together. Two more breaths. To come out of the pose, shift your weight back into your hands, into your entire right foot. You can go back to downward facing dog, tabletop, or child's pose. Or if there's another pose that you want to go into right now to stretch out, please feel free to follow your body. And then when you're ready, from tabletop, move to the second side of dragon, left foot steps forward. This time your right knee is on your mat or on a prop. And I'm going to be proactive here and take a little bit more space between my knee and my foot so that I'm not on my kneecap directly. Hands can stay on the floor. And once again, you might like to put some type of prop under your hands so that you can lift the floor up to you. Or you can bring your hands to your thigh bone, which is a pretty deep version of this dragon. So be really kind with yourself as you choose what feels good for you on this morning, this day. because dragon can have some intensity and some heat, metaphorically and maybe even physically. You're feeling your body create warmth. It is really important that you stay focused on your breath in dragon. And as you focus on your breath, notice that it's safe to breathe in fully and to exhale completely. One more breath. Gecko pose. Hands are on the inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot to the side and come to the blade on the outside edge. As your knee falls out, what we're creating is a right angle, left knee on top of left ankle. This will target the outside of your hip on the left side of your body. And then you choose the position you take with your hands and your arms. Keeping length in your spine as you hold the dragon or the gecko. Allow your jaw to soften and unhinge. Really good holding, just a few more breaths. When you are ready to move, bring your knee back to center, toes back to 12 o'clock. And then you can choose your counter stretch, down dog, tabletop, child's pose. It may feel good to lift a leg and bend at your knee to roll one hip open. And then you can also do this with the second side. Come down to your hands and knees. And then make your way all the way to your stomach. We'll come right up into Sphinx pose. Forearms on the floor. I like to give more space between my legs and my feet so that there's a little more space also in my low back. Elbows can be a little bit ahead of your shoulders, and you can allow your rib cage to melt toward the mat, toward the floor. It's okay to let your head come down and forward. It can either dangle or you can put a prop underneath of your head. Soften your fingers and your toes. Let them relax. If you would like to create more healthy compression through your low back in Sphinx pose, you can bend your knees. Feet will face toward the ceiling. If you would like to come into seal pose, legs are on the floor. Walk your hands to the upper outer edges of your mat. Straighten your arms. To deepen seal, you're going to walk your hands closer toward your torso. Once again, your head could come forward if that feels good for your neck and your spine. When you're ready, gently walk yourself out of Sphinx or seal. Stack your hands and rest your forehead on your hands. Or you can turn a cheek and rest your arms like a W on the floor. If you have your cheek turned, you can take it in the other direction. And then roll yourself onto your back for banana asana. Lying flat on your back, walk your legs to the right side of your mat. Walk your shoulders and arms to the right side of your mat. Your hands can take opposite elbows, or if you prefer to have your arms below your shoulders, you can put your hands on your torso. To deepen the side body stretch, you can cross your left ankle over your right ankle. Soften your muscles and allow your bones to weigh heavy to the floor. Breathe in. Long breath out. You can always choose to stay longer in the yin poses. But if you're ready to move, we'll go to the second side of Banana Asana. So first coming through center, and then legs walk to the left. Shoulders and arms walk to the left. You can cross your right ankle above or on top of your left ankle. And you can place your arms where it feels good for your shoulders. Allow your body to drop into the sensation. You can always stay with your breath to move through the sensation. Take a full breath in. Long sigh out. When you are ready for movement, you can come back through center. This time drawing your knees in, maybe lifting your head toward your knees. And then preparing for Yoga Nidra.